Hello there, Internet. Hello there, YouTube. Welcome back to the Hermit Gamers series of solo hardcore playthroughs through X-Men Legends through classic old ARPG. Download it for free. You can store it on a wristwatch. You can play it on a toaster. It is ancient, but it is a barrel of laughs. You have a whale of a time if you give it a shot. Otherwise, maybe watch me play. I promise very mild entertainment if you stick it out. You may possibly find one or two things I say amusing over the next couple of hours. Anyway, let's get in there. Let's get going.
Let the games begin.
And here we are. We are doing this as Jean Grey. And so one of the reasons why I kind of wanted to do this, because like, I played this game a lot. And I know if anyone does actually want to play this game, hold on, I probably have to sell a bunch of this gear, so we'll we'll just quickly do that. Anyway, so I played this game a lot back when it was new, like an absurd amount of time, and I actually spent a lot of time like doing builds and stuff.
I guarantee all of it, 100%.
Yeah, I'll do us up a treat. Anyway, so I spent a lot of time like messing around with builds and stuff, and trying to figure out like how can I kill this boss solo with this character, and you know, it started off just like testing characters solo, like in danger missions, like, and then finding out that like the gaps between them in terms of power were like enormous. And then I would start like, okay, well, how can I try to close this gap? You know, like Jean, for example, just can't keep up with like Magneto in terms of like damage output and tankiness. And it's like, okay, well, how can we close this gap in terms of damage? So I'd be like, okay, maybe if I just make her as like a melee character and she'll actually get burst damage. And this is how I build Jean now. So you build her as a melee character. This is still good because of the damage reduction. But even on 1 point, it's a bit of a 1 point wonder. So you'll see the damage we do with our regular punches, and there is a downside. I mean, not just one shots, because we have really good add damage gear at the moment. So even though that's only a 1 point skill, but yeah, see, we basically like just two-shot these bugs with just light attacks, you know, and just kind of have a good life as a result. Whoops, I kind of lost my hotkey there. But yeah, so we just pop that on, you know, reduce their damage, and then we go in for the kill. Now this is one of the more dangerous parts in this game, at least in this act, because we have boss mobs that like to drop from the ceiling, and they have random affixes, and they can be incredibly dangerous. But yeah, so literally building her like a melee character. And yeah, I'm going to put a second point in that. I don't think it's going to make any huge difference in terms of breakpoints, but it's fine. We're going to get a respec at some point. So you know, your build in this game, you know, can often start off like quite scrappy and just kind of like, oh, a bit of this, a bit of that. You know, this game just is not like Diablo in that. You know, so in Diablo, it doesn't matter, like, you know, you like, okay, well, I'm not gonna like put points into fire, you know, whatever it is, like regular old firebolt, because I'm gonna wait and then put my points into fireball. And you're like, oh, that's so freaking worrying. We just want to get some space on them. Oh, the beetles. The beetle got turned into our minion, so we're just gonna have to wait for that to run out, and then he'll pop. Da 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 da. That is actually potentially. Oh, that's actually really nice. Okay, so gotta love flat damage as opposed to DOT, especially when the flat damage is just plain stronger. So, and I actually played that so badly that like. Alright, you know what, let's just, because that is such a dangerous mob, let's just like, yeah, let's just, like, I have my ultimate, why not? And Jean just has trouble against the really dangerous mobs like that, because she doesn't like, it's like you either have your ult up and you ult them, or you have to kind of kite and dance around them and try to use your melee abilities. You don't have any way to like stick and move the way a glass cannon like Sabretooth can. It's like, I mean, Sabretooth isn't even a glass cannon in comparison to Jean, because he does have a lot of good passive resistances.
You fools!
You fools. And this is kind of where we can struggle a bit, is in these boss fights. Like, our DPS is good, but it's attack rating dependent, so... bosses tend to have good defense. Like, see, when we actually land a proper hit, it's like 70, 80, 100 damage. But actually landing those hits can be tricky. And we can't really use the dive as an engage, because... But yeah, not too bad. Have to spam a few potions to get it done, but we get it done. I'm not too worried about that boss fight.
Interesting. My arm was I don't know destiny. I'm fucking along.
I am worried about the Mikhail boss fight. It's not going to be fun. Sugarman is going to be extremely hard, extremely dangerous. Just dealing with like elite melee mobs that can CC you is going to be really difficult as Jean. Because normally the way to deal with them is just to like kind of bully them harder than they can bully you. And like, while Jean has a lot of damage, she has no like CC. She has no way to like bully stuff.
It's good to see you again.
Aside from her telekinesis, which is useful, but...
Luckily, one size fits all.
Ideally you would have something a little bit better. Okay, we're not doing the trivia game. I am going to have a quick peek at the Danger room because... yeah, why not just quickly do pop-up?
Stick together, people.
You may now begin your course. Generating a prompt.
We're kind of at a stage of the game where life is a little bit easy for us. And part of that is having a bit of luck on gearing. But if we don't sort of set ourselves up for success, we could end up really struggling by like Act 3, and then, Act 4 is always a big danger.
Excellent job. You have completed all course objectives.
Like, we use every stat point in this build. Every stat point. Like, so there's no such thing as a danger mission that I don't care about completing. Like, yes, I am going to take hits, so I want a lot of health. But also, I get disgusting value from every point I put in strike, because I have such a huge damage multiplier on the bonus mental damage, which is then further buffed by every point of focus. So massive synergy between these two. But at the same time, obviously, yes, we want as much life as possible, and yeah, we even want speed because we actually need our attack rating to hit shit. So, like, and defense is one of the only
Welcome to
forms of damage
Saturday.
mitigation that we actually have. Anyway, let's
You are
continue on. I'm feeling pretty confident. But as I say, if you build Jean like this, way more fun. But of course, in a team, like, this game is really good, like, if you look at it, like, so, when I talk about characters being bad or good, it's mostly in the context of, like, solo play. Because if you were to do a tier list of the characters in this game, like, there's kind of nothing below B tier in a team. And, like, a chunk of characters are, like, just straight up S tier. Or at the very least, you know, like, A. I mean, like, for example, like, Jean has to be at least A tier just because of her ability to synergize with, like, Sabretooth, Wolverine, Iron Man, you know, any of the, like, DPS machines that just, you know, their ability to do, like, absolutely insane damage is really only capped by EP. Like, they just can't sustain their EP needs, because Jean just immediately says, well, now you can. Now you essentially have just turbocharged your DPS ceiling to the point where just those two characters can just utterly annihilate everything. And then it's like, you have a character like Storm, who's like, the best way to build Storm is kind of build her like this, like the same way you do with Jean, where you use your melees to give yourself some close range burst, to give yourself some burst DPS, and then she has a kind of like whirlwind ability that's pretty damn good, and you use that. But all in all, I would say Storm is kind of one of the less impressive characters. But the fact of the matter is, she has an extreme that just makes your entire team invulnerable for like 45 seconds. So it's just like, just that alone makes her S tier. Yeah. You will not be so smug when you meet Mikhail. There should be a tech station around here somewhere that I've missed, because I'm a genius and I play this game so often. I'm the master of this game. Yeah, let's just keep maxing that. Alright, where is Le Station? There we go. 20 health, very welcome. Now, this area, it's a mild concern because we don't have the biggest health pool, and there's just a lot of ranged enemies here, and they just... so you might look at this thing, oh, they're mental resistant, what are you going to do? And it's like, there's nothing in Jean's base kit that will help you with mental resistance. Like, the only way to get Jean's damage viable against mental resistance without completely balking everything else is to have items like this, to have a decent amount of strike, and to have items like this that give you plus physical damage. They will synergize very potently with her kit if you're, you know, I mean, like, look at the damage we do. This is crazy. It's a little bit clunky because you have to kind of push in on them and you don't have any engagement tools, but like... You know... Bro. Like, you have to have damage, you know? Well, you have to have damage or CC. Like, you can't have neither. And Jean kind of has neither, like, in her base kit. She has CC on memory wipe, but, like, it's not reliable. And she has a knockback on that. Damn, how did we pick that homing beacon up from so far away? That was weird. And the knockback on that is quite useful as... You know, you can almost kind of use it as like an engagement tool. You can use it to split enemies, isolate fights. I swear I'm pressing the button. Like, even that, just like, use it to just shove them out of the way when you know they're going to attack you. Run your mouth. Pop off Jean. Anyway, I'm just quickly coming down here to explore. This does just lead back to the kind of main area. But I'm gonna grab some duvas. Having flight is kind of handy. Just being able to like whiz about at a decent speed. There's some very dangerous enemies down there. Let's see if we can kind of give them the jukes here. Yeah, look at that. So now... like, we didn't really need to cheese that fight, but like... It's nice to have the power to cheese things if you have to. So when you come out of that, where they talk about the trap in that tunnel, if you come out, these like gates come up that keep you trapped there, and then those things drain your energy. It's actually quite a dangerous trap. As a soul, it's quite a dangerous trap. If you have an extreme that can just clear the area, then it's not a problem. I just forget you can just fly over them. But when we went through this with Sabretooth, he just had to like face tank it, and it was fine. Cost us a few potions, but it was fine. And always a really freaking tanky group in here. So let's open with an ult. Look at that. We like take control of one of them, and now even if we don't kill them, it's just really easy fight. The only problem is like I do want him to die before I move on because he could drop something nice. So yeah, we kind of have to just wait a moment. You know, we break some stuff. You know, we just kind of recline a bit, have a beer. I refill my Pepsi, you know, hit the crack pipe, you know, pull some, like, chunga, watch the universe melt away. I mean, go for a swim. Learn to pilot small aircraft. I don't know, like, there's a lot of things you can do. you could download and play X-Men Legends 2. There's always that. It's literally free. Look at this game. Look at the quality. You can have hours of fun. I am like not tied up in a basement being forced to like market this game. I promise.
Good to see you again.
Anyway, let us sell some stuffs.
Do you need help with anything?
Oh, we've got
It's good to see you again.
some Beschnoigen here. Okay. Stun. Yeah.
Any questions?
Yeah. All right. I can probably wait. You can get that out of my face. I can probably squeak in an extra level, maybe if I do Zidanja Room. What do we got here? We got Knockback. We got Stoon. I could do Teamwork and Combine Powers, but then I can't do them solo.
The training course has loaded. You may commence. Generating opponent.
Wait, was this stun? Or Knockback?
Generating opponent.
So even that, like in the little combos, like the characters get some like custom animations. Like she does this little mental blast to like knock them back.
Generating opponent. Generating opponent.
Sometimes I don't know my own strength.
Generating opponent.
Out of here.
Generating opponent. All objectives have been successfully achieved. Course is now complete. Well done.
And we might as well do stun as well.
Stick together.
It's kind of the whole point.
You may now begin your course. Generating opponent.
Absolute shit.
Generating opponent.
Arthur, back up.
Who's next?
Well done. Generating opponent.
Wait, how do I mess that up?
Generating opponent. Generating opponent. Congratulations. You have successfully completed the course.
Not exactly close to a level, nowhere near close to a level, but you know, it's fine. Everything's fine. Not that far away from the level either, to be honest. Not that far. Oh, that was almost good. Bro, how'd you survive that? That guy was like one shot and we TK'd him into the wall, but he didn't take the damage from hitting the wall. Yeah, that ability's super unreliable, but at least it CCs them when you push in. And it has a quick cast time. We got decent amount of health, decent amount of energy. Let's push on the boss.
I've already
Auto aim on the barrels is like... He's fantastic. damage we do is pretty decent when we actually get in there. Just be quiet and go to sleep. Just grab a little bit of extra money there. Hey, look at this cool little cutscene thing. Just get to like.
Now I have some real power.
And see if you can guess what we're gonna get more of. Oh my god, it goes above 300%. That's bonkers.
I'm going to enjoy
So like,
Sometimes I don't know.
it's kind of like in like Diablo, you look at like poison skills, and the damage always looks really good. Like on some of them, it looks really good, right? And even if you look at it as DPS, like consider that it is DOT. Yeah, not a lot we can do when they have that much mental resistance. We kind of just have to grind it out with them.
I can't lift that.
I can't lift that. All right, corridors. Honestly, I'm like just go into the corridors and.
Who's next?
Yeah, we'll probably skip the elemental temple.
Where you don't belong.
And these guys, the funny thing is like they actually cut, like they're so obsessed with kiting that they kind of make their own damage irrelevant. Because at these distances, their damage is, you can kind of ignore it. And what I want to do is kind of just kite everything in here together. I'm not clicking on that. I don't know if you can actually see that. I'm literally like clicking down here, but I'm chasing that guy. So yeah, her ult's not bad for just like clearing a room. Of course we find more astonishing. And grab another extreme, always welcome. see, we can take quite a beating. That guy just freaking breakdancing flip kicked us as he was getting up. For like an evil, like a random nameless evil minion, that was some stylish freaking shit. Damn, we could use some health potions. Like I say, we just kind of get a little bit beaten up when we play this character. That's like, trust me, you're not gonna have some amazing defensive power if you play her as a, if you play her straight as like a psionic. She stinks, and she'll take more damage because she takes longer to kill stuff. Yeah, why am I not just flying? I wonder if my level 1 telekinesis is enough to move this thing, because this is quest essential. I can't skip this. If I have to, I'll have to go get someone who can do it. Ah, alright. That's good. That's good. Saves us a good amount of fussing and faffing. I can be an aficionado of fussing and faffing sometimes. You know, who doesn't like a little bit of fuss and faff?
You should never have come here.
That one just needs to die immediately.
Sweet dreams.
And I think this takes us to the Elemental Tomb. Yeah, we're gonna skip that because it's optional, and I don't even have all the skills I need to like clear it properly. So yeah, we missed a Danger and Disc, we missed a Weapons Cache, we missed some stuff. I think we missed a Homing Beacon by not going there, but it's fine. We skipped it when we did it with Sabertooth. And this should take us to the gateway. Okay, now the gateway is the next area. So back to the corridors. The shrine, rather. So. So the nice thing about playing Jean is you use very little energy. Don't kite. Be decent about this. I have no idea what that was. Danger of Disc, I mean. Oh, that's... Let's just ult that.
You could always surrender.
You know, why not?
Despise you.
Despise you. Oh, okay. What did we do? Out of here, donkey boy. They make... No, that's right, seal noises, isn't it? might as well. I am eventually going to get my respec, so... It's fine. I don't think this extra point is going to change a breakpoint or anything. Oh, it takes so long to break the environmentals. What I can actually do though is be a dick about it, since they apparently despise us. So, you know, fuck them too, I guess, you know? Let's not even try to be civil about this. 1 health potion. It's enough. I don't know if we'll make it there on 1, but you know what? The game might give us more on the way. You never know. You know, usually the desire sensor will like kick in. Oh, into the pit? Beautiful. One of the most satisfying things you can do in this game is like ledge enemies. And they can frickin' ledge you as well, and it doesn't feel good. Yeah, if you play the, I mean, especially if you play this game like solo hardcore, getting ledged is just the end of your run. You'll very quickly learn where the enemies are who can ledge you, and where you need to worry about getting ledged. Yeah, take that shit real seriously. Because all it freaking takes is one shot, the right attack, in the right position, and you're just dead.
Who's next?
Actually was just waiting for us. Rude as hell. Anyway, we're gonna kite them if we can. Oh, I thought I had an ult. Good thing none of this stuff is particularly threatening because I don't have an ult. How did I miss?
And stay down.
Now the time has come. Now let's actually go get some freaking health pots. Finally.
It's good to see you again.
But I don't like to come back to the store.
Luckily, one size fits all.
Unless I absolutely have to. I, would rather push on and make some progress. Some of the things it does with your camera are so freaking dirty.
Sometimes I don't know my own strength.
Or almost two-shotting. But yeah, like I said, I didn't think that would change any breakpoints. Actually, if I did get my respec, it probably would. We would actually probably be two-shotting some of the regular enemies here. But yeah, if you skip the elemental tune, like this act just doesn't take that long. You're done for. Especially as a solo player.
That had to hurt.
And this area is obscenely dangerous, because look at these guys. You're done for.
Underestimate sweet dreams.
But yeah, if you have the skill to actually build the bridges here, you might as well come in here. But this area is very dangerous. Like, there's a reason I won't go near those guys. When I see that aura, I'm just like, nah, no. I'll just kill them from a very, very, very safe distance because they have some pretty punishing like fall off if you just fight them at like really long range. But when you get close, oh, when they've got an aura like that, they can just drill you down pretty much instantly. It just takes a lucky burst. Like all enemies in this game, you know, they can miss, they can hit. It's just like in Diablo or something. And you know, if you've got one enemy who's like you know, 3 shots, and then another one 3 shots, and another one who's 3 shots. And yeah, they're in a really frustrating spot now. Oh, and there's a lot of stuff coming in. Alright, let's see if we can kite them in and... Oh, because this guy's like my buddy now. I'm getting the speed boost from his aura. I'm like, bro, why am I going so freaking fast? It's like, oh, okay, yeah, I've got the speed boost. That's pretty cool, that you can get the buffs. Alright. We're gonna push on that area in a moment. Just need to be back in just 1 second. And I'm back. Nice to actually see the sun coming up around this time. Day's getting a little bit longer. It's go time. And yeah, we just...
Sometimes I don't have strength.
No need to run in there and get kited to Jesus and back. We just deal with them. A little bit of patience, a bit of masterful baiting.
What have we here?
That had to
It's go time.
Who's next?
Yeah, once we can kind of bait them in and hit them with the damage reduction. Okay. The accuracy.
My target's down.
And that looked a lot scarier than it actually was. But we were consistently keeping their damage reduced.
Let's see what you can do. You really don't want to mess with me. Phoenix Force!
Definitely worth a look. So yeah, often when you come in here, you can come in right here and there's just this boss mob just standing here and they can sometimes be extremely dangerous. That was so weird that like
My target's down.
yeah, you see, you know, I was saying a moment ago that it's kind of like how in Diablo 2 you'll see, you look at like poison javelin or something and be like, oh wow, that's a lot of damage. But it's like,
Have we here?
you know, why can I not see this guy?
My target's down.
Ah, amazing. They are going to be so nice. But yeah, it's everything is kind of balanced around that. Mental damage in this game often looks really good. Like you look at her passive, it looks, you know, it's just flatly stronger than most other passives that give you some kind of non-physical damage. Like it's way stronger than Ice Fans, Storms, Pyro, Sunfires. There's a reason why. Because mental resistance and mental immunity are two of the most common resistances and immunities. In fairness, you will tend to like hard clap things that aren't immune to your damage. It's almost kind of like playing a Cold Sorceress or something. The problem is you can't just skip areas the way you can with the Cold Sorceress. That is some... Oof, did you see how much damage that did? Like instantly.
Sometimes I don't. Phoenix Force! This is almost too much.
And you don't have to say it like that, G. It's just make everything really uncomfortable when you talk like that, lady, please. I don't want to hear it. Alright, so. Oh, okay, alright. Game just doing me favors here. Big favors. I didn't even think to look at that. I was like, Alright, energy damage. Better than a lot of people there. And unfortunately, we have no upgrade here. It could be worth. Alright, we've got a waypoint coming up. I'll cheeky shopping trip to Forge. He might have something for us. He might not. I'm probably going to want to get my respec anyway. You come to us, okay?
Sometimes I don't know.
Okay, visionary. Okay. I thought that was good. And it is good, but it's just like we've already got... This is such a good gear piece right here. But yeah, if I could just get a level 20 gear piece on the belt, we'll be laughing. Shake that. Shake that. Shake that healthy out there. Alright, now here, I should be able to sneak in here. I won't get bonus EXP. Which kind of makes me wonder why I'm doing it. Oh, I actually will get bonus EXP. Alright, I'll take it. And yeah, we can actually just kind of cheese all these guys. Or I could just skip that fight. We're getting Act 2 down like really fast now. Act 1 just takes a while. Act 3 takes a while because you have to go slow in the core. Act 4, there's so many areas where you have to go slow in Act 4. Act 4 just takes a freaking while. I don't think I'm ever going to get Act 4 down to a single stream. I don't think I'll ever get Act 3 down to a single stream, but I can probably get to the point where I can do the Infinite Factory and...
It's good to see you again.
all that.
It's all in excellent condition.
In a relatively like speedy way. Alright. You sell that, and do you have any kind of belt that's not, you know, like level 10 trillion and that gives us damage? And no, you don't. You're such a dick, Forge. We could have been friends.
It's good to see you again.
Alright. It's time for the medicine. It's time for the respec.
It's all in excellent condition.
And a bonus skill point. Just as a little bit of like gravy. And this is Gene's second. It's fine, but you know. You probably... People shouldn't really be dying in this game if you're playing with, you know, all your teammates. Alright, how many points do I actually want to keep? This is the question. We're not maxing this. There's very little point. It gains very little per level. It would be nice to get points into this for the attack rating. But then it would also be nice to get points into this. Alright, we'll just... Flat out, that's the first thing we need to do, is just have that maxed, and then we can worry about other shit. And might as well do the bonus area. The bonus area in Act 2 is just way less scary than the bonus area in Act 1. The Act 1 one is brutal. Those tyrants are like really dangerous enemies.
My target's down.
Oh, très fabulous. Ah, but I can't. Alright, well that's one to keep. That is definitely one to keep in the old backpack.
Mr. Sinister knows you're here. You cannot defeat us all.
Bruh. As I say, bonus area in Act 2 is pretty breezy. But you come in here, it's good EXP, you get a chance of getting some nice items. We got a really nice item, which I am very happy to kind of lay up. Wait, did I just go back into freaking... I hate how it like turns you around like that. Yeah, I thought I had a blink portal to go through, and I am Le Goubert. I could do assault, I suppose, but nah, I'll wait. Alright, back to the gateway. And... yeah, look, I can barely break the jugs with my radio, but like, it's still so much better. And I want to get that second instrument token. There we go. Alright.
My target's down.
And those hunters, you don't need to respect them. They're just a bunch of creep buffs. Normally it's nice to break all of but I'm not going to get up there and punch them all. I ain't about that life. Alright, there's our qualifying exam.
Let's see what you can do.
Ow.
Who's next?
Alright. Can't cry about the damage though. That is a lot of damage. I don't think there's any reason to come down here. If I can't put out fires, I believe. But, you know, if anyone is well, hey, there's a boss pack, so we're gonna kill the boss. Donk. Donk. Donk.
Sometimes I don't know my own strength.
Yeesh, she was tanky. So yeah, if you put that fire out, like if you have an ability that can put fires out, a tech station will over there. You need Toad, or Storm, or Iceman to put out fires. And yeah, since we made it a rule, no going back. Yeah, you guys can come down
Phoenix
here.
Force!
And yeah, just
Situation's
be
getting
ulted,
bad.
go away. And this guy can actually like buff me with this while we go running around.
Sometimes I don't know my own strength.
Did we just one-shot that guy with the aura? Crazy.
searching for B, working to decide the previous
The previous guy. Yeah, so this can actually be like a...
This is gonna be sweet.
Who's next?
Yeah, this fight's actually like tricky if you don't have
You are no challenge at all.
Phoenix Force!
Ooh, that's actually pretty good damage. But yeah, that guy's always a bit of a wet noodle.
Didn't like some you.
He just doesn't have health. But I hate being CC'd around and stuff like that because I can't just burst him down super easy. Ah, look at that. He dropped all the extreme token anyway, so... Alright. Now. If I can. No? Alright, we'll have to run back. Hopefully just get out of the boss arena where I can blink portal or extract here. Because the boss fight here is actually a concern.
Hello, X-Man. I saw. I'm.
Oh, you don't give us any XP? You're an ass. Anyway, we do have a qualifying exam here that we can do. This will get us the EXP and a bonus skill point and a free frogate.
Jean Grey.
Let's get him.
The training course has loaded. You may commence.
And we just want
I need more energy for
to
that.
soften him up a little bit here.
Phoenix Force! Phoenix Force!
It takes a little while for us to chunk him down just because, like, you know, we don't hit that reliably. But we should be fine. And this guy actually has a lot of
I don't
defense.
have enough power to do that.
The qualifying exam has been completed. Grade, passed.
As an act boss,
Congrats.
he's quite tricky to hit, and he puts you in hit stun very easily. Yeah, so it would, like, in theory, it's like, oh, it would be nice to get this. It's 30-36 damage, like, right from the off. It has some CC. The problem is that we need to start working on on this because we need attack rating. And as much as it would be nice, because this pretty much scales just as well as this, and this buffs our non-physical attacks, we need at least a couple of points in this, just so it's like 20-second duration or something, so we can benefit from that attack rating. Because that's going to make a big difference for us in the fights that genuinely matter. Because as you saw when we were fighting against him, attack rating
It's good to see you
would have
again.
been nice. More hits, more damage. So fabulous.
Any questions?
And yeah. It's act boss time now, which I am actually nervous about. Because this fight, it's just, there's so much CC. And you can just get chain CC'd so badly. But I do have my ult for the first stage. I have 2 ults. Which really could just turn the tide for us. Bodyguards for Mikhail.
They have made it much further.
Indeed. Perhaps the bodyguards of
Bodyguards
Sajak
for
would...
Mikhail.
Good. They are here.
That had to hurt.
Draining my energy. Freaking twats. Alright. So yeah, now I got my buff on. Yeah, the cost of casting is not that bad, so I don't mind having to keep it up. The casting animation on it sucks. It takes way too long to cast. And that's kind of the real reason to want the duration up, so you don't have to use it mid-combat.
You almost disrupted them, even in this angle.
This angle is not good. The CC.
I see I am beside myself. It would seem there isn't enough of me to go around.
Yeah, we just gotta like kite this for a bit, get our licks in when we can, and then just kind of try to come at it from an angle like here. I didn't realize there were 2 of these guys down here.
Sweet dreams.
You may have defeated me, but Apocalypse will succeed.
The damage is good, like when we actually can land a shot on them.
My target's down.
We messed them up pretty good, which is all to the good. This is what we need. This is the kind of damage you want on this build. Ah, he got me just. Ah, he got me. Right. Why are you running?
That was fun, but let
That
us
was
switch to something a little more entertaining. Very good. What now? you have it figured out, don't
Yeah, I
you?
think I have it pretty much figured out. It's not that complicated. And yeah, being able to fly is has its upside. Yeah, where is the chunky boy? Get over here, please, chunky boy.
That may be the correct location, but
Ah,
are you smart enough to use it?
yeah, I think so. I think I can press the button.
You think you have it figured out, don't you?
Yeah, I think I have it figured out. Like I said, man, it's just not that complicated.
It
That
is
was
just as
that
well
was
that
really
you
clean.
have lowered
kinda.
all 4 shields. I was growing tired of this game.
And now we get the CC, the slow, the pain. Oh god.
Here, let me make things more interesting. Do not let this get away.
But when we hit pretty freaking hard.
Perhaps you
Oh.
would like another challenge.
Absolute twat knocking me down there.
Phoenix Force!
Perhaps you would like another challenge.
The slow. The slow. Like, once you get to this part of the fight, you're not in any
Phoenix
danger,
Force!
but like... Lord.
Who's next?
You know, maybe if you're really low on health pots, then yeah, this would be dangerous. But...
Perhaps you would like another challenge.
Oh, he's so close to dead. Please just die. Stop slowing me. Stop CCing me. Shake those, shake those, shake those healthy bands. So yeah, we do just a little bit of looting around here. I'm so low on like cash and items and stuff to what I really should be at this point in the game. Like, I don't mind being underleveled like on my character if I know that, you know, like I know what it's gonna give me when I level, and you know, sometimes you're like, okay, well we're gonna push for this specific power spike, or I need a couple levels because I need a couple of points of this or whatever. Then, you know, sometimes leveling becomes super important, but a lot of the time it's like, oh, okay, I'm under level, but it doesn't matter. If I could get 3 or 4 extra levels, it's not going to make that much difference. Like, I'm not really going to see a power spike now until like level 25, level 30. 25 maybe for gear. And hopefully loot that area. But what I don't like to be is under geared.
You're too
You're
late.
too late.
You see the
I don't know if she just makes me want a sandwich. We gotta slowly punch this thing. And then it breaks. Break! Bing, bing, bing. Look at him, he does the Dr. Livesy, the funk wall.
Greetings, my friend. Well,
Crazy.
I owe it.
That was a pretty smooth act 2. Not bad, not
It's
bad
good to
at
see you
all.
again.
The things that I was worried about, obviously, didn't kill me, because I'd be dead if they had. And yeah, there's nothing that I actually want to
Any
buy
questions?
here. Like, this would be so nice, like, if it had another... You know, if it were like Visionary Nano Gear Precision, it would be absolutely beautiful. Or Très Fabulous Nano Gear Precision, then it would be truly amazing, although I wouldn't be able to equip it. Anyway,
Thanks to your having defeat, now we can set our
off to Act 3, and I may straight just do the Infinite Factory first this time. I kind of don't like, because it's like, oh, well, then I have to play through the Infinite Factory again if I die.
Greetings. You've no precise no.
But I also feel like if I die, maybe I just say like, okay, well, Gene failed, and we move on to the next character, because the game has quite a lot of characters, and some of them I know will fail. Like this, just it's not that like they can't do it. It's just that for whatever reason, I will eventually let myself get killed. Maybe not on this difficulty. Maybe on the next one. Anyway, thanks to anyone who checked in. I should probably take a screenshot for the next episode. So that's where we're going to start. Anyway, thanks to anyone who checked in. Glad we got Act 2 over with so quickly, quite safely too. As I say, Gene's not the easiest character to get through this game, but you'll notice it more and more as we push on and on. Enemies just get harder and harder to melee with. Like you saw how difficult it was with Soren. It's just like the crazy damage we had made up for it. Anyway, take care, Internet. We shall continue this.